Hello YouTube, thought I'd do another quick video here. I thought, well, while I'm waiting for my USB to DB9 adapter to come in, what I should do quickly, let's see if I run all these programs, how much of the CPU power it's going to suck away, and will it be too much? Now, keep in mind, I'm using the Raspberry 3B Plus, and I don't remember if that's a 1 or 2 gig. That's on this one. So what I'm trying to say is, obviously, if I had a better one that had more memory, then this would run faster. So that can easily be corrected. If I buy another one, I'll just get one with more memory. But there's no sense me buying another one until I see if the USB DB9 adapter is going to work. Supposedly, there's an ARM driver version for that. So we shall see when I get it. So I was thinking, well, let's quickly do this quick test here. I can do that while I wait for this cable. At least we'll have that answer, and then we'll know. Now, I do have, which you cannot see it's off camera, obviously. I do have the USB sound card plugged into the Raspberry Pi. I have a keyboard and a mouse plugged in, and we're going to check all that. Check the USB sound card. See, last time I did this, it saw that okay. Now, when you do Windows on a Raspberry Pi, the built-in Wi-Fi will not work. I did order a USB Wi-Fi adapter, but the problem I bet you I'm going to have is unless that adapter has a ARM driver version, I'll bet you that USB Wi-Fi is not going to work. So, and that's not terrible because luckily the Raspberry Pi 3B Plus that I have has a CAD5 connector for internet. So I can go that route. So it's not terrible, but I'll bet you that's going to be a problem. We'll see. That's on order too. So also too, I like to point out, the way I'm doing this video is I'm running the Raspberry Pi HDMI out to a capture card. And that capture card is hooked up to my other laptop. And the laptop that I'm using is not really a fast laptop. I should really be using a fast one for making these videos, to be honest with you. So if it's laggy, it may not be the Raspberry Pi. It may be my recording of the Raspberry Pi's video because of my lack of speed on my computer. So I just want to point that out quick. Now, what we're going to do here is, I think, let's see, what all do we have? I think everything is up and running here. I think we have the AnyDesk in the background. We're going to leave that run. The AnyDesk is remote software, and we kind of want that on there because if we can get this up and running, you won't need to leave the keyboard and the display or the monitor hooked up. You can unhook all that once you get all this set up, and then just remote into it by using the AnyDesk remote software. So let's go ahead and let's open up. Let's leave that run once and see what happens. Let's see if we can call up all three programs, have them up and running at the same time. Now, the only program that I will not have running will be the COM port sharing program. That I won't have up and running right now. Now, you're probably wondering, well, why do we need the COM port sharing program? Well, the reason being is if you want to run three programs at the same time, sharing one USB DB9 adapter, then you got to run the COM port sharing software. Now, if you're not going to do that, let's say you just want to run Zello, you don't want to run nothing else. Well, then you don't need to run the COM port sharing program. But I plan on running all three. Obviously, Zello, my date and time and weather announcements, and the Simplex software that I'm calling up now for my repeater ID. Now, I don't have internet hooked up to my Raspberry Pi. So that might be the reason why this repeater software is kind of hanging. It's looking for internet. I don't have a cable close by to see see if that's probably the case. So I can't hook up internet, unfortunately. But that's fine. We'll just let it do its thing, and it will time out. And then when it does finally gets done here, I'm going to hit Control Alt Delete, and we're going to get the task manager up. We're going to see how much CPU power we're using running these programs. And remember, I got AnyDesk running in the background too now. So we have, technically speaking, we have 4 programs running. The AnyDesk, the remote software is running. We got the Zello. Now, of course, Zello's not signed in, and it's not running as in usage. That probably will take a little more memory for that. But that's okay. That's okay. We're just trying to get an idea right now if this thing is really maxed out or not. So we're going to check on this right here. And we're going to see here what it says. And it looks like that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all, actually. Wow. CPU 12%, memory 50%. My disk. Now remember also too, I like to mention how Raspberry Pi works if you're not really familiar with it. The micro SD card is the hard drive. Okay? So when and if the time comes that we do this, you want to make sure that micro SD card has the fastest read-write capabilities. Usually they're numbered 1, 2, and 3, if I remember correctly. The package will tell you, but you want the fastest write and read speed that you can possibly get. That will help. So the one I got in here is so, to be honest. It's what I had laying around. But yeah, we're looking not bad at all. Up to 40 there, 42. Now I don't have internet hooked up, so that's going to take that into consideration. So it's not terrible, 50%. We're just kind of letting it sit here, do its thing. I do have the USB sound card hooked up. I believe that will work just fine. Let's call up my sound configurations here. There it is right there. So now it says it should work okay, so that's good news. We need the, obviously for the interface board, we do need the USB sound card. I don't even want to try the sound card on the Raspberry Pi. I don't know if that's going to work properly, and I never have good luck. I have better luck with the USB sound card with sound quality. So we're not bad. 16, I mean, I saw up to 40 there for a little bit. And we got AnyDesk also running. There it is. Now, like I said, Zello's not online, so that might take a little more, but that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So there you have it. Yeah, I mean, we're doing pretty good. Now, of course, this problem can be fixed easily by getting a Raspberry Pi that has more memory. So, but I'm just curious on where we're at, and I might as well check this while I'm waiting for my cable to come in. God, I hope that cable works. This is looking really good. Now, you're probably wondering, and you may wonder, I'm sure you've seen, I think there's Raspberry 4 people put Windows on there, and it was just pegging out I think that's what it was, Raspberry 4. I think it was Tiny Windows or Windows 11. I don't remember what it was. And it was pegging out the CPU. Well, I'll tell you a little trick. You get the oldest version you can install on Raspberry Pi. This Windows 10 that I'm running is an old build version. That's the key. That's why I can run this and not have much, it's not sucking a lot of CPU power because the OS is an older version that, it's, as they build newer versions of the software, they keep making it need more and more processing power. So I found the oldest one that I can install on the Raspberry Pi, and that's what I did. And this is looking really good. So that's the trick there. And I don't know, just for you, let's see if I can do this. Kind of looking there to see. I'll show you. Remember, I grabbed the right. Oh boy. It's kind of, I got too many keyboards here. Now I am in test mode. If you can tell, I did not activate this, and you'll have to do your own activation. When the time comes, if everything works properly. So we shall see. And there is what I'm running. Kind of hard to see here, but that's what, see, it even says Raspberry Pi on there. So there's proof right there that I am running this on the Raspberry Pi. So the older build version is definitely seems to be a winner. That's for sure. So, and we're still doing pretty decently for speed. Well, we're up to, I was up to 50% there, it looks like. You can see it right there in the graph, because I had up the other one. So it'd be interesting to, when I get Zell up and running, to see if I keep losing, my CPU gets sucked away. But like I said, if it does, that's not a big deal. When I buy another Raspberry Pi, I'll just buy with more memory. That would solve that problem. So yeah, good news. We're looking really good here. So let's keep our fingers crossed that USB DB9 adapter that I have coming with a different chipset in it, I can install it and it'll work. Gosh, I hope so. This is looking really good. Got to be nice to be able to run a Raspberry Pi with that interface board. You can really, especially if you're in a tight spot where you can't have a laptop, easily sitting there. But yeah, that's the only hang up I'm having, just that stupid USB DB9 adapter. Now I did order, I don't know if I mentioned this, I did order a USB Wi-Fi, and at the time I did not realize, because that was before I did my USB DB9, before I plugged that in. And I'll bet you what's going to happen, and I hope I'm wrong, I'll bet you that USB Wi-Fi adapter will not work. And if you're wondering, well, how do I know that? Because unless that manufacturer who made that USB Wi-Fi offers a ARM driver version, it won't work. So it was cheap, so it's no big deal. So, which it kind of makes me kind of sad, because it'd be kind of nice to get Wi-Fi on here. Now, just to clarify, the built-in Wi-Fi will not work when you run Windows. Not a big deal. This Raspberry Pi has a CAD5 connector. I can plug in a CAD5 cable. It's not the end of the world. I know some of you are probably thinking, well, what happens if we have a hotspot? How does that going to work? Just run a wireless router. Then you can plug in the wireless router into your Raspberry Pi. Just get a little small one, a little cheap one. They make them pretty small. So that's an option. Let's hope I can get the Wi-Fi, USB Wi-Fi to work. But I'm starting to think I won't, because I need the ARM version of the driver. So, at any rate, well, there you have it. We're off to a good start, if I can get everything to work. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. Please subscribe. Thank you, and have a good day.